Welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Lots of love and many blessings. Hey, you guys. I know this is redundant, but I had to start this video showing her in like all her little pregnant dresses and her little attire, plus throw in this picture of her today. It's unreal, man. She looks bigger in one picture and smaller in the next. And I know I'm a broken record. It just blows my mind. Let's get on with it. Okay, you guys. I'm not sure if you've heard the latest, but it's pretty cruel. And I just wanted to prove also their egos are so humongous. Okay, so Mr. Markle had a sit down with Piers Morgan a week ago on his little breakfast show. And it's absolutely no secret that Piers Morgan cannot stand Meghan. He and Meghan actually used to be pretty good friends until this Harry situation went down. And then she started ignoring him because Harry and the royal family evidently don't agree with everything Piers Morgan says or doesn't like him personally. I forgot which. Both, maybe? So Mr. Markle, I've mentioned this before in the past, Mr. Markle raised Meghan by himself, and when she got older, she moved in with Samantha, her sister. Now, I've heard a rumor that Doria was in prison, but I've never found any evidence at all whatsoever that backs that up at all. Whatever, under any name that she has, and she's used quite a few little pseudonyms, I cannot find anything state or federal that backs that up. But I have found that she was a member of it's like if you think of Jim Jones, and if you're an American, there's a show that comes on early mornings called Namaste, and it's this like bald-headed guy that does yoga in these MC Hammer pants. Anyway, if they had a baby, that's what she was a member of. So maybe that's where she was when Meghan was growing up. Because Mr. Markle's the one that had to work and raise this kid by himself. Like I said, with a little bit of help from Samantha. Oh, also, before I go any further, the diary I was reading from, I'm guessing when I say diary, people are thinking it's like a physical diary book, like from 1990. It's not, you guys. This is an online publication that she did herself. She's got the Working Actress, the TIG, and this online diary. And this online diary that I was reading from is the one up until the wedding, and the one the royal staff members found is a tangible diary. It's actually a physical diary, a book. So I'm waiting for that to be leaked, and the second it is, I'm going to share it with everybody, and I'm so hoping to find it soon. I really hope they leak it soon. Merry Christmas. Anyhow, you guys, I wanted to say that real fast, and the fact that she shut all her social media down when she got married. And today, the 18th of December, 2018, she reactivated her Instagram account for a very short period of time, for like 5-10 minutes. I don't know if she was like needing a DM from there or what the situation was. All I know is she had reactivated and then deactivated just that quick. So Mr. Markle was going on saying how he and Harry had a falling out. He had been handed a list of, not handed, but given a list of do's and don'ts of what he should do or how he should act during their relationship, his and Meghan's, Harry's and Meghan's. And so Mr. Markle said that he had felt that he followed them to a T, all the rules. He didn't let any cat out of the bag. And he had some sort of an argument over Donald Trump with Harry when, in casual conversation, he told Harry, I just don't care for Donald Trump. And I can't see, Meghan doesn't like Donald Trump either. And so he didn't understand. He didn't say that verbally to Harry. He couldn't understand how Meghan could marry Harry or into this family knowing they stood with Trump. He said because she's absolutely opposite of Trump. And so, anyhow, he went on to say how Harry got all upset and said, you need to give him a try. You're not giving him a chance. Blah, 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 blah. So they had this big argument. And I knew it was it had to be much larger than, just the speech situation. Let's face it. So now the royal staff members have deemed Meghan and Harry as Monica and Chandler from Friends because she's so controlling. Well, Pierce asked about that, and Mr. Markle said she's always been a control person or control freak. She's always been in control. She's always wanted it her way, blah, blah, blah. He said, but I'm not sure who this person is that's being rude to people. He said, that's not the kid I raised. He went on to say that he was extremely worried for her safety due to this royal family feud that's going on right now, and that he just needs her to reach out and say, look, Dad, I'm okay. I love you. I'm safe. Everything's fine. Well, Piers Morgan, we all know, doesn't like Meghan, like I said. And then there's Jermaine Greer, can't stand Meghan, says that she knows the real Meghan. Wendy Williams can't stand Meghan. But now there's another group of people called Loose Women. Well, I say group. There's one lady on there from this show called Loose Women. I think it's like a breakfast early morning show. Sort of like the women we have, I don't even know what they're called, on The View or something. Sort of like The View. Well, one of the women said, Meghan, please, you need to reach out to your dad because he's extremely worried about you. He goes on to say, I don't plan to be silent for the rest of my life. I love my daughter. She has to know. She has to call me and reach out to me. He said, they'll produce a beautiful baby. He said, I hope to see a little Meghan or a little Harry. I think she'll make a great mom. He said, but I need her to remember that I'm her dad, and she wouldn't want her child to do her this way, put herself in my shoes, as a parent, a soon-to-be parent. So, what did Mr. Markle also do? He reached out trying to get the Queen's attention, thinking the Queen's going to heal this rift between him and Meghan. There's no way. Actually, it backfired on him. This last week has backfired on him. According to the Palace Insider, the Queen instructed Meghan this last week that as long as she was a member of the royal family, she was to have nothing more to do with her dad at all, ever again, as long as she was a member of the royal family. They said Meghan had no qualms about it. Now that is so cold to me. I couldn't even imagine. I can't even fathom that, to be honest. She's cold as a snake. I'm curious to see what her dad says next, because he's on this campaign that he's not shutting up. So, all I can do is pray for Mr. Markle that his heart doesn't get too, trampled on. I couldn't imagine being in his position. As a mother, it would kill me if my boys were to act that way. Of course, there is not a bullet strong enough, really, that could stop my grizzly behind from walking through them gates and snatching them up and shaking some sense into them. That's just the parent that I am. I don't know what else to say. Hey, you guys, I'll see you real soon. We'll talk real fast. Y'all be blessed.
She's always been a very controlling person, and that's part of her nature. But